Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, it seems like we're playing catch up. It seems like the Russians are making moves. They're signing deals with now China. They've been signing deals with Iran. They're locking arms with Turkey. They're making maneuvers in Europe. They're taking what ground they want to. They're helping everybody. And we're playing reacting. We are the ones that are just in reaction mode. The United States and Europe, we're not setting the agenda. We're not establishing freedom on the earth. We're in protective catch-up mode. And I'm telling you, it's going to come to bite us. Let me tell you all about that in just a second. But first, noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com. Or call them on the phone at 877-646-5347. Here is the hard truth. Here it is. Every 6 years, your dollar is losing half of its buying power. That means $100,000 in savings accounts today could feel like $50,000 by 2031. And you see, if every time you fill up your tank or buy groceries or go pay the bills, the prices are going up and the dollar is going down. But there is a simple way to protect the value of your savings with something proven, a biblical currency, gold. That's right. It's an asset that holds the value over time. And that's why you can go to www.pastorpaulgold.com and call them on the phone even at 877-646-5347. Noble Gold Investment has gold bars, gold coins, and they will assist you and help you with advice and direction if you want to roll over your 401k or retirement funds into a gold or silver IRA. They can make it very simple for you. They'll protect your savings with physical gold or silver. No high-pressure sales, no call centers, just honest guidance, one-on-one support, and transparent pricing. No messing around. Guys, and if you qualify with a gold or silver IRA, they'll give you one of these 10-ounce silver bars of the USA flag. 10 ounces of silver. They'll give it to you for free just as a blessing. Check it out at PastorPaulGold.com. That's www.PastorPaulGold.com. Tell them Pastor Paul sent you. Thank you so much. You'll be glad you did. Well, yeah, I know. It's just crazy what's going on here, but I want to talk about it. I mean, so China, Xi Jinping, and President Vladimir Putin of Russia are signing bilateral documents during a visit to Moscow for the Victory Day celebrations. This is incredible. But Chinese President Xi Jinping plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin during Moscow's Victory Day celebrations going on between May the 7th through May the 10th. And they're going to sign a number of bilateral, intergovernmental, interdepartmental documents to strengthen the Chinese and Russian relationship in trade and in military cooperation, and that could go a long way, okay? The bilateral talks are going to be held during this visit. Will focus on the core aspects of further advancement of Russian-China relations of comprehensive partnership and strategic cooperation, as well as pressing matters on the international and regional agendas. That statement came from the Kremlin in Moscow. Pro-Kremlin media Interfax have reported that Xi Jinping is visiting Moscow during those 3 days. Now, China has strengthened its ties with Russia since the Kremlin launched its full-scale war against Ukraine, becoming Moscow's leading supplier of dual-use goods that bolster Russia's defense industry. While China has positioned itself as a potential mediator in the war, it has simultaneously criticized the United States and its allies for exacerbating the war by supplying weapons to Ukraine, NATO has labeled China as a divisive enabler of Russian aggression. Guys, they're using their little brother, North Korea. They've actually sent 15,000 troops. They're sending 15,000 more troops. China's supplying weapons and technology and other cooperations of supply chains to help further the effort. Russia is not ready to sign a peace deal with Ukraine. It doesn't matter what Ukraine does. It doesn't matter what the United States says. This thing is way off track. Matter of fact, despite the criticism, President Vladimir Zelensky announced back in April that China was supplying weapons to the Russian military. His statement marks Kiev's first confirmation that Beijing supports Russia's war effort by providing weapons. You see, Putin is being more and more open and brazen and transparent and provocative every day. You think that they're coming to the table for peace? He's expanding his bilateral and in some cases trilateral, if you count the the North Koreans. This is a communist effort, guys. We're playing catch up. We're not the ones setting the agenda. We're the ones reacting to already an agenda of a building of a new world order. A beast kingdom in the Bible. You can't stop prophecy. You can see it being developed right before our very eyes. And the global elitists are playing into their hands. Matter of fact, I think the global elitists are part of this conglomerate kingdom with iron teeth, this fourth kingdom in Daniel, this beast kingdom in Revelation. I think they're just playing along. They've left the United States and the Israelis pretty well on their own, and everybody else is moving this forward. Certainly these two guys are, along with the Iranian Ayatollah Khomeini and the Turkish President Erdogan. And sometimes you have to think that Macron is involved. He may not be involved with these guys, but he's involved in other aspects of this thing when it comes from a globalist perspective. So you got a Chinese movement. I mean, basically you have a communist movement and a globalist movement, and both of them are antichrist in spirit. I mean, be honest. And even, you know, there's enemies within and enemies without, and wow. So this leads me to just, look, no, this is not my Sunday night show. No. Sunday night starts at 7 p.m. I'm just getting out ahead of it. So despite the criticism, okay, look, China has positioned itself as a potential mediator in the war. It has simultaneously criticized the United States and its allies for exacerbating the war by supplying weapons to Ukraine, and NATO has labeled China a divisive enabler. Despite the criticism, President Vladimir Zelensky says China is the number one weapon supplier to Russia. Kiev also presented Beijing with evidence that Chinese citizens and companies have participated in Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine and the foreign ministry. The Kremlin uses Victory Day celebrations for propaganda purposes, showcasing its military might and drawing on the Soviet victory in World War II to justify its aggression against Ukraine. On May 3rd, Zelensky said Ukraine cannot guarantee the safety of foreign officials planning to attend Russia's Victory Day parade in Moscow, warning that any incident on Russian territory falls solely under the Kremlin's control. Okay? Now, our position is very simple. For all countries traveling to Russia on May the 9th, we cannot be responsible for what happens in that territory of the Russian Federation, Zelensky said during a briefing with journalists. Zelensky also cautioned that Russia could orchestrate provocations, including arsons, explosions, and other actions, and then attempt to blame Ukraine. He said Kiev has advised visiting delegations accordingly. You better be careful. Guys, these two superpowers are teaming up. The United States is the odd man out. And you start to wonder, will the United Kingdom, will the Germany, will the French, will some of the other nations in the European Union, what about Australia? What about the South Koreans? What about Japanese? What about the Taiwanese? I mean, we got a lot of Israel, of course, but who's on what side? I'm telling you, you can smell Armageddon coming and closing in. You can smell Gog and Magog. You can feel this war is undoubtedly, Gog and Magog is coming. As Dr. Chuck Missler told me in October of 2015, it is going to be the next big biblical milestone will be Gog and Magog. I'm very concerned about it. I really, really, really am. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Of course I believe in the rapture and the resurrection because they happen at the same time. Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Do you rest each moment in the crucified? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? And be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Come on! When the bridegroom cometh, will your robes be white? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Will your soul be ready for those mansions bright and be washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Now lay aside those garments that are stained with sin and be washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's a fountain flowing for the soul unclean. Oh, be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Are you washed in the blood, in the soul-cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Glory! Are you serious? Oh, that's right. Are you serious, guys? Well, I tell you what, it's a good old hymn, but it's still good today, and I loved recording it. It's on my album, Harmonize and Prophesy. You can find that at my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. I would love for J.D. Vance to come on my show. I mean, my plan is, because I've never met him. He's my fourth cousin, but I've never met him. So I'm looking forward. I'm trying to arrange an opportunity to go to Washington and to meet him in Washington is my goal. If it's if it's only for 10 minutes, whatever I can get, but I would like to say hi, introduce, and shake hands, and And when we get talking about the family tree and how how his great grandmother and my great grandfather were brothers and sisters. So it would be interesting to sit down, talk that over, and we're from the same cultural background. So Appalachian Mountain, Eastern Kentucky. His mother went to the same high school as my mother did, and just to have a chance to reminisce on that, but also to let him know my support for President Trump and for him and for our nation. So who knows? If I get to have that meeting, then I'm going to say, look, I've been a big supporter, and I'd love for you to come on my podcast, and I'll see if we can set it up. We'll see. But first, I got to get the individual meeting, and that's not easy to do, guys, when you start talking about the president or the vice president of the United States. But I think I can get it done. I'm hoping to, and so I'll let you know more about that if that develops. Well, I'll be back at 7 o'clock, guys. There's a ton of stuff going on. There's just a ton of stuff going on. And we certainly want to cover all of it. We're living in these end times. We're living in the last days. And, boy, there's the sun right now. And, oh, by the way, we had these earthquakes. I mean, we had a big earthquake that hit New Mexico, right on the near Texas, right near the line in New Mexico. And then we had another big one in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And so both of those, 5.6, 5.4 big quakes, those are wake-up calls, okay? Of course, everything that's going on in the Middle East right now, very, very dangerous. And there's just so much more that we're going to talk about. So prepare yourself for tonight's broadcast. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern in 2 hours from now, right here on the coming apocalypse. I'll see you guys then. Are you saved?